more, projects to do. So all this to say that your business is not just to enlarge your territory, but to also bless other people. And that is why, beyond you achieving your own dreams, it's your responsibility to make sure that your business succeeds so that you can bless other people. All right? Now, if we come back now to what we were talking about, what does a successful version of you look like? Or what does it feel like for you to have the business that is going to go beyond what you see right now? Not the small business where you are seeing that, you know what, I'm still sticking my little cups at my home, I'm still sticking my glasses. This is humble beginnings. God loves humble beginnings. Or, I'm still writing all my emails, I'm still writing for all my clients, or I'm still doing my own research for all my clients. But try to picture yourself at the level where your business is a business of abundance, and try to operate from that level. Because a lot of times when we are faced with challenges, we feel like, you know what, that's all I'm going to be doing. It's going to be hard forever. But no, when you want your business to grow, you need to operate from the level where you want to be and not from the level where you are. Which means that if you say in 2 to 3 years, I want to be able to hire XYZ amount of people, you need to start operating like somebody who is going to be hiring people in 2 to 3 years. What does that mean? I need to have my processes in place. I need to have my income in place. I need to do XYZ. And when you have those goals in mind, then from now, 3 years before, you can start working towards achieving those goals so that you can get to the business that you can get to the place where you want your business to be. But I think I'm getting ahead of myself with that because we're going to talk about systems and processes. So I just want to get back to talking about what does the successful version of you mean? What does success represent to you? And how does your business fit in that picture? For some people, success will be, having a lot of businesses or having $1 million in the bank or $1 million in investment. For some, it could be having 3 businesses or 1 business, having somebody run that business for me while I take care of my families. For somebody, it could be, 5 degrees, 10 businesses, and so forth. So everybody has their own definition of success. And as you're building your business, it's important for you to know what would you use as a way to describe your own personal success, right? When would you consider yourself successful? Is it when you have hired the first person? Or is it when you feel like you can dedicate enough time to your business and enough time to your family? Or is it when you have, different buildings in different islands? What does success mean for you? Everybody has their own definition of what success means, all right? And what does success mean for your business? And how does your business fit in that success picture? For you, what is it going to be? Is it going to be that you want your business to be an opportunity to impact more lives? Is it that you want your business to generate more income for your own life? Is it that you want your business because it's a way for you to just have a greater purpose on earth, or to as a way for a more fulfilling career path for you? Those are important things that you need to ask yourself as you're building the system for your business, because if you're not clear as to where you want to go or what goals you want to accomplish with your business, then you're just going to keep working, going down the line, and at some point you're going to feel like, you know what, where am I really going? I mean, I'm achieving all those things, but where am I really going? And where do you see yourself, or what role do you see yourself play in your business? 3 years down the line, where do you see yourself? Am I still going to be the one writing in my business? If you are a writer, you want to open a writing business, am I still going to be the one writing? If you are a photographer, in 3 years, am I still going to be the one taking photos, or do I want to hire people and train them? Okay. What about in 5 years or 10 years? Do you want to just run your photography agency where you talk with clients, or do you still want to be in the game? Either option is okay, but it's important for you to be clear on what role you want to play in your business, because if you don't, then you might see some different aspects of your life shift out of balance. If you say, I want to spend more time with my family, but 5 years down the line, you're still there taking all the photos and taking all the videos and going to all the events, and it's going to affect what you want to do with your life. And once you know the role you want to play in your business, it now helps you to determine what foundations do I need to lay down now to get there. Let me give you an example. If I say in 5 years, for Travel with Clem Brands, in 5 years, I don't want to be the one, coaching. Maybe I want to be giving speeches. I want to be, in rooms, at events and so forth. But I don't want to be the one coaching people all the time. I don't want to be the one writing emails or organizing these things. Then I have to make my 5-year plan to make sure that I hire coaches. For me to hire coaches, I need to sell products so that I can get that capital or that income. Or if I take a loan, I need to still sell products so that I can repay it, so that within 5 years, I can achieve that goal of having people, having coaches in my business, so that I can free more time for me to do the events that I want to do. So that's why it's important for you to know what role you want to play in your business, and most importantly, how do you lay down the foundation from now? Even if you are still at the small beginnings, even if you are still the one calling your clients, even if you are still the one writing your emails, even if you are still the one doing your research. The final point for this is, who do you need on your A team? Now, when I started my business, I felt like, I love everything about my business, because there was only one thing that I knew about my business, which was coaching. But then when I realized, you know what, you need to call clients, you need to write your emails, you need to create your social media stuff, you need to do this, you need to do that. It started to feel less fun. It started to feel like all this work just for me to get to coach people. Like, I don't want this. This is ghetto, I don't want any of this. But I realized that it's important for me to know the different parts of my business, so that I know who I need on my team, okay? And that is one of the reasons why I always tell people who wants to become entrepreneur, want to run a business, I say it's good if you can, first of all, work for somebody. You understand the discipline, you understand what it means to work under somebody, and then get into your business little by little, so you can learn the different parts of your business. So when you try a little bit of social media, you'll be like, you know what, I don't really like this. I know what I'm supposed to do, but I don't like this. So I can hire somebody to do this for me, and the person is not going to come and do nonsense, because I know how the social media is going to work, right? So when you grow in your business in the early beginnings, it's important for you to know the different parts, so that you know who you need on your team. So a year or 2 years down the line, you can say, you know what, I need an administrative assistant who is going to be taking care of XYZ. Taking clients, booking clients, writing emails, doing XYZ. I need a social media manager who is going to be doing XYZ. Because as you grow in your business, your responsibility becomes running your business instead of being in the business. All right? And that is how you start to scale and to grow. But again, I'm getting ahead of myself. The last thing that I want to talk about was, are you guys seeing this properly? Whether or not is a little bit small. Okay. Whether or not, I'm just going to read it. Whether or not you're running a business or you're running a hobby. Now, a lot of times we start our businesses as hobbies. For the majority of people, it's your passion project. You have the skills and so on. You started as a hobby to just see if it's going to work for you. And when it comes to profit motive, for a business, you have a reasonable expectation of making a profit, which means you expect to make a profit on all your sales and a certain amount of profit based on your needs. But for a hobby, you may sell occasionally, but making money is not really your main goal. I mean, if today you feel like writing, you're going to write for the week. Next week, I'm not really in the mood. I have period cramps, it depends on it. It's not like an expectation for you. In terms of effort and income, for a business, you invest a lot of personal time and effort, and that will give you the income that you want. But for a hobby, it's something that you do in your free time. You make the bulk of your money somewhere else. When it comes to expenses, your expenses are ordinary and necessary to run your business, but for your hobby, your expenses are driven by your personal preferences and not strictly necessary, which means you need this thing, but you're like, nah, I don't necessarily want to order this right now because of XYZ. In terms of background, you have a track record in your industry for your business, and you have a history of making profits. And for your hobby, you might not have professional training experience, or you maybe never ever made a profit in that. Although for that specific point, it's questionable, because again, most businesses start as a hobby where you will actually have honed your skills before you decide to turn it into a business. Customers. For a business, you have multiple customers or professional clients, but for a hobby, you have a few customers, mainly friends and families, who support you. Now, put your hands in the air if your first customers were your friends and families. My first customers were always my friends and families. That's right. That's the best support system you can ever have. They give you the drive. They make you feel like you can do anything in the world, and that's all you need really to get started. And professionalism. For your business, you keep professional records, including a separate checkbook and balance sheet, and you have business cards and all other branded stuff. But for a hobby, you don't keep strict professional records. Sometimes you use a little profit to buy, a little pie, or go to the restaurant if you're hungry. You don't have a formal business website. Well, not necessary for everybody. Although, again, when you start your business, it can start as a hobby, but when you decide to transition into making it a business, then you start to formalize things. Now, back to setting up your business income goals. Your income goals are now going to be based on your business needs and your personal needs. Knowing where you want to go with your business, not necessarily where you are. Knowing where you see yourself in a year or in 2 years or in 5 years, you set your business income goals accordingly. Now, before we go into the next session, I also want us to do a little exercise with somebody's business. Anybody wants to volunteer their business?